Okay. Hello viewers, welcome to today's session. This is Padala Tirupati, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Government Degree College for Women, Jagityal. Today's our topic is tissue systems. Okay. Before going to tissue systems, we know that all plants made up of tissues. Okay. We have already learnt about simple tissue and complex tissue, that is a permanent tissue, and special type of tissue, that is secretory tissue, we have already discussed. Now we are going to discuss about the tissue systems in plant body. Plant body consists of different types of tissue systems, that is a dermal tissue system or epidermal tissue systems, and ground tissue system and vascular tissue system. See here, and in this slide we are observed here, that is this is the epidermal tissue system. And this region we can call as a ground tissue system, and this is the vascular tissue system. And this is the dicot section of the dicot root consists of the epidermis with root hairs and cuticle, and this is the cortex region, that is the ground tissue, and this is the endodermis with Casparian strips, active mineral uptake region we are observed in the red color zone in the part of cortex, and this is the green color we are observed, that is vascular tissue system. This vascular tissue system consists pericycle and xylem and phloem, and the medulla region also we are observed in that region. Now we are going to discuss about epidermal tissue system. Epidermal tissue system consists of, see here, consists of the the first layer of the stem or root or even the leaf of the external plant body. We can call the consist of epidermal. This epidermal tissue system consists of cuticle, thick cuticle, and stomata, thick cuticle, stomata, and some of the regions, root hairs, hairy root hairs region, and some of the plants which is consist of different area of the size or shape of the epidermis. They are consist root hairs in the roots, and we observe this slide shows that how this is protect the internal regions of the area of the plants, how protects the internal parts and give protection and mechanical support to the internal parts of the plant. In this slide we are observed this epidermal consists of the cells of the cells, that is we observe stomatal cells. These stomata are present on the surface of the leaf, upper surface and lower surface of the, or both the surface, abaxial and adaxial surface of both the surface consist of these stomata present on leaf surface of the area. Then, and these are the hairs, hair-like structure, thread-like structure we are observed on the epidermis of the roots, and these hairs are consist whereas a single cellular or multicellular, and they are also uniseriate or multiseriate of the root hairs we are observed on the upper epidermis or epidermal region of the roots. And the main function of these root hairs are to absorb the water and minerals to uptake the plants from the soil. This is the main function of the root hair. And see here, these are the epidermal hair of the root and stem and some of the leaf also. And see here, this is a slide shows that how the leaf shows the upper epidermis and lower epidermis. In between, the consist mesophyll. The mesophyll consists of palisade tissue, and these are the sponge tissue. And in this area, sponge tissue consists air chambers, and now numerous intercellular spaces were observed in this area. And this is the vein. The vein is nothing but a vascular bundle. This vascular bundle is consist of phloem and xylem, which is useful for the conduction of the water and food material of the plant body, and also even the leaf of the this vein. So these veins are useful for transportation of the food material and also water content. Then how are palisade specialized? Then last of the chloroplast we can which contain chlorophyll to catch light energy from the sun, and they are consist of long and thin, so they pack loose closely together to collect as much of the light as possible from the solar energy or from sunlight. They are at the top of the leaves to get much light as possible. So upper side of the upper surface of the leaf, which is made up of upper surface of the leaf, and which is useful for absorbing the sunlight as much as possible. So this is the leaf. We are taking the section how their stomata is act as a diffusion or exchange of the gases from this stomata for the carbon dioxide and the oxygen, how that is exchanged from internal parts, the internal area of the plant to the external environment, and exchange of the gases through diffusion process or method. This how stomata is open, then automatically exchange of the gases is occurred. Whenever the guard cells are closed, the guard cells are closed, then stomata will going to close. Then see here, this is the stomata we are observed here. This is the stomata region. This is the guard cell. This is the guard cell, and this is the thick cuticle, the red colored cuticle we are observed here. And this is the stomata, and this is the stomatal region. How they are arranged in different parts of the plant and different parts of the leaves, or upper epidermis and lower epidermal regions of these stomata. Then how cuticle is surrounded on different plants, area of the whether they are grown in tropical and subtropical region or temperate region. The cuticle, if thick cuticle is present, the plants are related to their tropical or subtropical region. The cuticle is very thin, or minute layer we are observed that is grown in temperate region. If the cuticle is present on the upper side or lower surface of the and upper surface of the leaf, we are observed the plant belongs to hydrophytic or aquatic plants. This is the main observing feature, recognizing feature. And how stomata is made up of? The stomata is made up of, my dear friends, stomata is consist of one of the pore, that is we can call as stomata. The stomata is protected by guard cells. The guard cells are responsible for the closing and opening of the stomata, and which is different shapes and sizes of the structure we are observed in monocots and dicots. Monocots consist of guard cells in dumbbell shape, and whereas dicots, the guard cells are in kidney shape or bean shaped we are observed. Then the main function of this stomata is transpiration, respiration, and photosynthesis process, and the exchange of the gases from the internal region of the plant to the external environment. This is the stomata, how open and closing area we are observing, and types of stomata. The stomata are in dicot stem. Stomata of the dicot stem we are observed in this stomata, dicot stomata. They are basic 4 types we are observed. They are 4 types. Anamocytic, that is the ranunculus type of stomata. Then second type of stomata is anisocytic, that is cruciferous type of stomata. The third type of stomata are parasitic type, that is also called as rubiaceous stomata, the type of stomata. And the fourth type of stomata are diacytic type of stomata. We can also caryophyllaceous type. These are the 4 types of the stomata we are observed in the dicot plants of the leaves. So this stomata is arranged in different shapes by guard cells and epidermal cells or subsidiary cells. And see here, this is the anamocytic stomata, and this is the anisocytic stomata, and this is the diacytic, and this is the parasitic. Anamocytic stomata we can also observe. This is the pore is the stomata is surrounded by guard cells. These are the kidney-shaped guard cells we are observed here. These are the subsidiary cells we are observed. And there's the 4 subsidiary cells. They are surrounded by guard cells. And see here, anisocytic stomata. We are clearly observed that this is the stomata is surrounded by only three unequal size of the subsidiary cells are surrounded on stomata. And diacytic stomata, the stomata or guard cells are arranged in 90 degrees angle subsidiary cells. There are 2 number of subsidiary cells. They are arranged in 90 degrees. That's why we can call it diacytic stomata. And then 4th type of stomata we can call as parasitic stomata. This parasitic stomata, the guard cells along with the subsidiary cells, they are arranged in parallel manner. That's why this type of stomata we can call as parasitic stomata. So this is anamocytic stomata, anisocytic stomata, diacytic stomata, and parasitic stomata. See here, this is the parasitic stomata. Again, looks like here, this is the actinocytic stomata. In this actinocytic stomata, the guard cells is surrounded by numerous subsidiary cells we are observed here. And this is a graminaceous stomata. Graminaceous means monocotyledon stomata. The stomata is surrounded by the in the stomata. The guard cells are in dumbbell shape. We are observed here. These are the 2 dumbbells. Dumbbell shaped guard cells is surrounded on stomata are 4, and then 2 subsidiary cells we are observed here. And this is the tetracytic stomata. This tetracytic stomata which is surrounded on guard cells by 2 90 degrees angle, and 2 are in parallel manner we are observed in this slide. Then another type of tissue system in plant, that is a vascular tissue system. We are not going to discuss here. This is a vascular tissue system. We will going to discuss next class. Okay, then this is the ground tissue system. Also we can discuss later. This ground system consists of hypodermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle, medullary rays, pits. Okay, that is we are going to discuss later. And now we are going to discuss discussed about epidermal tissue system in the plant body. See here, this is the epidermal region we are observed here. See here, this is the guard cells of the stomata. These are the guard cells of the stomata, and this is the trichomes. These are the trichomes, whereas unicellular or multicellular trichomes we are observed here. And this observed here, this is the thick cuticle, and this is upper epidermis, and this is the lower epidermis. And see here, and this is the palisade mesophyll cell, and this is the round-shaped spongy mesophyll cells we are observed in this image. See here, and the internally vascular bundle, or we are also observed in this leaf. The veins. Veins are nothing but a vascular bundle, you know. Then this is surrounded by sheath and xylem and phloem. We are observed in this vein. Okay. Now, then epidermis forms. We know that outermost boundary of primary plant body. Then this structure associated with the epidermis. So epidermal tissue system associated with epidermis, and which is consist of stomata, cuticle, trichomes. Trichomes is nothing but hair-like structures or hairs, external hairs, and glands, also called as secretory cells. We know that secretory cells. We know the last class we are already discussed in secretory tissue and idioblast cells. So idioblast cells are made up of some of the crystals like calcium carbonate and calcium silicate and some other particles, other crystals. Then what are the main function of this epidermal tissue system? The epidermal tissue system consists of stomata and cuticle. Then stomata is concerned with gaseous exchange. Main function of the stomata is gaseous exchange. Okay, then second function of this epidermal tissue system, which is consists of a cuticle layer and a fatty material also. This cuticular fatty material restriction transpiration restriction, transpiration. Then tough cuticle. Then tough cuticle is and compact cells provide definite shape to the body. Definite shape to the body. Then the epidermis is having root hairs, is a thin walled and absorb water. Epiblema, we can also call as epiblema, is useful for the absorbing of the water from the soil. It is uptaking or uplifting of the water and minerals and salts from the soil to uptake of the external plant body. Then site of photoreception. So photoreception also plays an important role in circadian leaf movements and photoperiodic induction. So whenever the photoperiodism, the plant movements, we can also detailed description about in 6th semester we are going to study there. But in this slide we are observing circadian leaf movements and photoperiodic induction is also observed in this epidermal function. Then epidermal protoplast shows various products of metabolism. Okay, and this is the first point, that is cuticle of the waxy cuticle epidermis. The waxy cuticle epidermis is observed on the surface of the leaf and surface of the plant, whereas stem. This waxy cuticle is thin layer atop of the end epidermis. Its function of the waxy cuticle function is reduce the water loss from the leaf through the transpiration. So the loss, this is reduction of the water loss through transpiration or through stomata. That's why the waxy cuticle is very useful. In arid conditions, like in tropical region or xeric conditions, this cuticle layer can be quite thick in xeric conditions, whereas xerophytes or succulent plants, they are observed thick cuticle we are observed on the surface of the epidermis. Then epidermal cells contain no chloroplast. My dear friends, see here, epidermal cells does not possess any chloroplast. It is unable to possess chloroplast. That's why they are colorless. So epidermal layers are colorless, except guard cells in epidermis. Guard cells in stomata, guard cells which is possess chloroplast. That's why they are in green color. What is the main difference between epidermal cells and stomatal cells? Epidermal cell does not possess any chloroplast, but whereas in stomatal cells consist chloroplast. Okay, this is the main difference between stomatal cells or guard cells or epidermal cells. Okay, then they form layer on the upper and lower surface of the leaf. They form layer on the upper and lower surface of the leaf. Their function is to prevent water getting out and stopping unwanted substances or organisms get in. Okay, so both sides. And see here, whereas guard cells and subsidiary cells and stomata, guard cells different. How subsidiary cells are arranged, whether diagonal or a parallel manner, we are observed in this slide. Then already we know that types of the stomata. So first type of stomata, that is the anamocytic stomata or ranunculaceous stomata. See here, this is the anamocytic. The best example of the anamocytic stomata. See here, this is the anamocytic or ranunculaceous type of stomata. These are called irregular cell stomata. The best example of anamocytic stomata are digitalis, lobelia. These are the best example for the anamocytic stomata. Okay, then second type of stomata, anisocytic stomata. This anamocytic stomata, second type of stomata is anamocytic stomata or cruciferous. Cruciferous stomata is also called as unequal celled stomata. This best example of this anisocytic or cruciferous stomata is belladonna and datura. These are the Solanaceae family members. Then the third one is the diacytic stomata. This can also called as the caryophyllaceous are cross-celled stomata. The best example of diacytic stomata are Caryophyllaceous stomata, peppermint and Vasaka. These are the two plants related to diacytic and are Caryophyllaceous type of stomata. Then fourth type of stomata is parasitic or rubiaceous type of stomata. These stomata we can also call as parallel stomata. The best example of this parasitic stomata are coca leaf and senna leaf. Coca leaf and senna leaf. This is about the types of stomata. Types of stomata. In this slide, we have observed the best examples of the anamocytic, anisocytic, and diacytic and parasitic stomata. See here, these stomata, the dicotyledon stomata, four types of the stomata are classified by Metcalfe and Chalk. The scientists, both the scientists, they are divided into four types of the stomata. See here, this is the anamocytic stomata, this is the anisocytic stomata, this is the diacytic stomata, and this is the parasitic stomata, my dear friends. See here, this is the anamocytic stomata. This anamocytic stomata is also called anamocytic stomata is also called ranunculeaceous or irregular type of stomata. Irregular type of stomata. And this is the anisocytic stomata. This is surrounded by three subsidiary cells, which is one cell is smaller than other two. And the third one is a parasitic stomata. See here, the parasitic stomata is arranged or surrounded by two or more subsidiary cells parallel to the guard cells. And the diacytic stomata, we are observed in the pair of subsidiary cells which they are at a right angle to the guard cells. And these stomata, how fused in the surface of the epidermal tissue system on the upper surface and lower surface of the leaf. Okay, then the special types of the epidermis, these are epidermis as periderm in mature trees, protective. The main function of these are protective role. Usually this epidermis is single layer, my dear friends. These are the single layered one. Two layer epidermis, example Ficus elastica. Ficus elastica. Then Ficus elastica means rubber tree, ficus. Then multi-layered epidermis we are also observed found in the leaf of the Nerium leaf and Peperomia leaf and the banyan tree leaf. We are observed multi-layered epidermis we are observed in the leaf of the Nerium. And this is the multi-layered leaf epidermis we are observed in this leaf. That is the protoderm layer of the leaf leaf divided parallel with the surface and give rise to multiple epidermis. Example, Peperomia periscifolia. Okay, this is the multiple epidermis. Then specialized cells of the epidermis we are observed. These are the guard cells. Guard cells are in this slide kidney-shaped or bean-shaped guard cells. In this observed dumbbell-shaped guard cells we are observed in this monocot, and these are the dicotyledons. Dicotyledons, monocotyledons. Monocotyledons are dumbbell-shaped and dicotyledons are kidney-shaped guard cells we are observed. And see here, these are the cork cells and silica cells found in Graminae or Cyperaceae members of the monocotyledons. So these are the how cells are made up of. Okay, and these are the bulliform cells, and these are the specialized cells observed in the maize, upper epidermis of the leaf of the maize. The leaf of the maize is responsible for the size of the larger size of the cells containing the water. They are called motor cells or bulliform cells. These bulliform cells are useful for rolling of the leaf whenever the water content is. Then see here, my dear friends, how these bulliform cells are motor cells. Bulliform cells and motor cells are useful for rolling of the bulliform cells and motor cells rolling of the how rolls the leaf from the water content is lesser available in the soil. And see this cuticle deposition of the epidermis of the different plants. And this is the aloe vera leaf, and these are the allium leaf, and these are the musa leaf. These are the musa leaf, Musa paradisiaca banana. This is the lignified cells of the pinus, and This is the coating of the waxy rods of saccharum surface, sugarcane. Okay, how these are the trichomes are absorbed on the epidermal tissue system. These are the unicellular hair, and this is the multicellular hair, and this is the branched multicellular hair, and this is the rhizodermal cell types of the trichomes we are absorbed on the upper surface of the epidermis. And these are the secretory cells we are absorbed on the epidermal tissue system. How these are the floral nectaries, and these are the extrafloral nectaries. These are the lysogenous cavity, and this is the cystogenous cavity, and these are the granular trichomes or digestive glands we are absorbed in the insectivorous plants. And see, this is the resins, how resinous absorbed in the surface of the, and see here that these are the crystal substances like Ficus elastica, Moraceae member, Moraceae family of the here transverse section of the leaf showing cystolith, scales 100 micrometer observed. How cystoliths are looks like here. The cystoliths are a grape-like cystoliths we are observed in the Ficus elastica leaf, and a double cystolith in Momodica carentia, Momodica or bitter gourd, and then elongated cystolith in Ruellia. See, this is the elongated cystolith, and this is the Momodica carentia cystolith, and this is the Ficus elastica cystolith, and grape-like structures we are observed. And see here some of the cystoliths we are observed here. And this is the transverse section, how Nymphia marlicea, how these are arranged of the crystals, different crystals are arranged inside the leaf of the Nymphia. And this is the modified epidermis, how they are shows velamin roots and multi-layered epidermis, which function is main function of this velamin root is absorb the water from the environment. Whenever the rainy season or the moisturized environment is there, they are absorb the water and storage of the water content. Then epidermis with chloroplast found in shady plants, and epidermis possessing anthocyanin pigments in their vacuoles, rhodis color we are observed in that epidermis. This is about today's epidermal tissue system. So in this epidermal tissue system, we are clearly observed that how epidermis is responsible for the entire plant body. This epidermis is responsible for boundary of the primary plant body, and which is responsible for the protection of the give protection of the internal plant body, and which is useful for the conduction and some of the other functions. Stomata is useful for exchange of the gas, and the cuticle is useful for the stop of the reduction of the loss of the excess of the water, and the trichomes or hairs are useful for the responsible for protection from the dehydration, and the external hairs or root hairs are absorbed for the water from the minerals from the soil to uptake or intake uplift for the external plant body. Then glands are secretory cells. They are useful for responsible for protecting from the external plant body, and idioblast or cells are responsible for they are making of the cystoliths and rhaphides and spirophytes, calcium silicate and calcium carbonate. Then stomata is useful for the exchange of the gases, and cuticle is a fatty material restriction for the transpiration. The tough cuticle is compact cells is provide a definite strength or shape of the plant body, and epidermis having root hairs is thin walled and absorbs water epiblema from the soil, and site of the photoreception plays an important role for circadian leaf movement and photoperiodic induction, and epidermal protoplast stores various products of the metabolism. See here, we are already discussed about the stomatal type. Then these are the stomatal type. In dicots, according to Metcalfe and Chalk, they are divided into 4 types of the stomata: anamocytic, anisocytic, and parasitic. Last diacytic stomata we are observed in this plant body. And these also called as ranunculus type, cruciferous type, and caryophyllaceous type, and rubiaceous type of the stomata we are observed in this dicotyledon plants. Then these and along with this stomata, the specialized cells we are epidermal cells we are observed. They are God cells and bulliform cells and cork cells of the idioblast cells of the containing tannins, oils, and crystals. Example